Brief history of weird presidential pets. Where most presidents would settle for the simple dog or cat, John Quincy Adams had an entire alligator who had his own private room in the unfinished East Room of the White House. In this room, the alligator had an entire bathtub all to himself, and Adams thought it was hilarious to spook guests by taking visitors on a tour, only to show them this massive hulking gator in a tub. Welcome everyone to the most esteemed place in the whole US of A. Mr. Adams, have you seen my son? Why'd you ask? Whilst an alligator is the least favourite reptile you'd like to see in a tub, a bad-mouthing parrot might be a little bit worse. A pet parrot called Poll, who belonged to the foul-mouthed president known as President Andrew Jackson, the parrot managed to pick up some of Jackson's more colourful vocabulary. And on June 8th, 1845, when the 7th Commander-in-Chief passed away for unknown complications, thousands gathered to pay their respects, which included Poll, who squawked, squeaked and swore like a sailor throughout the entire event. People were horrified at the lack of reverence shown by the parrot, even though they were literally having a parrot that's an animal. It doesn't care that someone's died. It's still going to swear. Oh, have you heard that foul-mouthed parrot? Who are you looking at, you little son of a... I'm gonna... You're... President Calvin Coolidge and First Lady Grace Coolidge had a myriad of different animals during their time at the White House. This included a bobcat, a donkey, and a goose. But most memorable of all was a raccoon called Rebecca. They owned this raccoon back in 1927. Now this isn't some kind of like Instagram trend or some TikTok trend where you own a raccoon or a hedgehog and it's quirky and cute and awesome. This was weird back then. This was odd. People didn't really own raccoons at all, let alone the First Lady of the President of the United States. Who knows, maybe they actually were using this for publicity. I mean, I can't imagine they were making it do any TikTok dances or anything. Oh, come quick, Calvin. Rebecca's hitting the griddy again. Time to put the poor thing down. What's most interesting is that the raccoon was received for Thanksgiving dinner, but when they went to go and actually slaughter the animal to eat it, they went, no, we can't do this. This thing's too cute. We're going to keep it as a pet. And so they did, and forever known as the White House raccoon, Rebecca. Don't believe me? Well, here's a picture. Now, have you heard about Teddy Roosevelt's badger? Yeah, that's right. I said badger. Apparently, while on a hunting trip in Mississippi, TR stumbled upon a big old mama badger and her cubs and decided to adopt one as his own. Upon returning to the White House, he said, yo, kids, I got myself a badger. And little Archie Roosevelt grabbed the badger and said, I absolutely love him. These two appeared to be inseparable. However, Archie was fairly small and would only carry him in a really weird, awkward way. I don't think this was too comfortable for the badger. But this was a good boy. He had a kind personality and he never bit any faces, only gnawed on a couple of people's legs very ferociously. They raised him on a diet of only milk and potatoes, which is a little bit depressing. I would have been a little bit angry and probably gnawed a couple of White House staff's leg if I only had that. Actually, maybe this explains a lot. Maybe they made some kind of like giga badger.
My bones are indestructible. I will be the end of you.
Just like the milk that they fed the badger, eventually himself turned sour, and he was just too ferocious to keep in the White House, and they just had to donate him to the Bronx Zoo in New York City, where he lived out the rest of his life. And they did visit often and bring him little gifts. I've been Trivial Trivian, and thank you for watching.